You saw that in the Lakers series. So anytime you can get size, and we think both of those kids have an opportunity to turn into special players. The thing with Gani is that he was a lead rebounder on that team playing alongside Favors. So obviously that was a big factor for us. As far as drafting him, he had a couple of huge games. Where he had 17 points, I think, 20 rebounds, 18 rebounds or something in a game. So in an ACC game. So we think that they have the potential. Obviously, they're going to have to develop, and it's not going to be something that happen overnight. But we're excited about the size and adding some additional size to our team.
What was the situation like up there when you're working with Steve and knowing that what's going to happen here in a week?
Well, I mean, he still has the best interest of the team. He and Dave both. They worked extremely hard. You could walk up there anytime, and most nights I was kind of in and out of here, but most nights we were here, and they were here till 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and those guys have a lot of pride, and they're going to try to do the best job that they possibly can. And the two picks that we had to get those kids at 46 and 60, I think is it's phenomenal. I think you really like both those kids. Excuse me. Well, he's just we brought him in here. He had strained a knee a little bit, so it didn't work out. But he's got a 7'4" wingspan. First of all, so plays extremely hard, very competitive. One of those guys that I think you'll really like being around. Kind of an energy guy and good personality, and he's one of those guys that if he developed and hit, it could be special.
Lawal, he's not really a scorer yet, or
no,
can he work that?
He's not, but the thing that I watched some tape on him with the scouts and with Dave and with Steve, and one of the things I like about him, I think, is defensively, his weak side coming across, blocking shots, and doing some things. I think is pretty special. And then one of the things that we have to continue to do is try to get better defensively here. And I think the way you do that is to get the defensive players. It's pretty simple. So I think both of those guys have an opportunity to maybe do something. I just think they're very competitive. They play really hard. They'll be great guys to have in practice. They'll be great guys to have around, because I think learning from guys like Grant, Steve, Amari, any of those guys like that, I think give you an opportunity to see what a real pro is like and what it really takes to be successful.
How much talk did you guys have in your room leading up to the draft about the potential of losing three big free agents?
We did. We drafted based on what we thought were going to be good players on our team. So, now that that's over, we'll go to work on the other part of it. But, we drafted these guys because we think they're going to be good players regardless of what our situation is.
What's your role going to be increased in terms of with the general manager job empty? Are you going to take some of those responsibilities until they hire?
I think Robin and I, we'll do some things together, and whatever he needs for me to do, obviously I'll step forward and do that.
Now, when we talk about that what-if scenario, now you're not only head coach, you're recruiter, you're selling your system. I mean, give us a look now.
No, but Jude, I would be that way anyway. It's not anything different for me. As a head coach, I would want to talk to obviously anybody that we were, going to try to bring into our franchise, and the guys that we have here already know me and know what their roles are, and know what is expected of them, and know that we would like to have our whole team back if we could do that.
Fans wonder, though, would you want to have a general manager style just come along where you are now as coach? Do you really need a plan?
After 4 days, after a week, I think I like to be the coach.
Did you see the path for Amari tonight? Other teams, Chicago, Miami, just unloading players.
I don't worry about that. I mean, they're doing whatever they think they need to do, and that's, I guess that's their prerogative. All we're trying to do is look at our team and see what's best for our team and try to put everything back together and see if we can make another run.
Well,
Last time you talked about, MR?
Yesterday when he was in working out.
will Robert take the primary negotiating role with him now?
I don't know that.
Numbers.
I think you'd have to ask Robert that. But right now we don't have a GM, and obviously Robert is very capable of doing that.
Pretty good GM guy.
Alvin, before you go, can you give us a sense, though, it's unique. I mean, you've got Dave and Steve exiting in a few days, and you really are the cohesion in many ways, the relation to players, possible free agents. Just give us an insight on your strategy and leadership in this unique situation.
Well, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to try to make this team as good as it can be, and if that involves talking to our guys that are here, and obviously I can't say a whole lot about free agency until that actually happened, and any specific names or anything. But right now I would say our goal is to try to bring our team back intact, and if we can do that, then the roles are already defined and everybody knows what is expected of them. Sometimes obviously that gets very difficult to do with free agency in the NBA and what goes on. But I would say that would be our goal, is to try to return our team and see if we can make the next step. We came close, a couple of plays here and there. As I said to someone, it's really, really difficult to win a championship. If you look around, I think it's between the Lakers, Boston, San Antonio, and Chicago. They won 43 out of the 66 championships. So I think there's like 10 teams that have won championships or something, or 10 coaches. I can't remember. But it's a real difficult thing to do, and you have to be good, but you also have to be a little bit lucky. We'll always look back at the run, our test thing, and go, what woulda, coulda, shoulda. But we have to put that behind us, and then we have to try to improve a little bit, all around, offensively, defensively, rebounding wise, all of those things. You got to try to get a little bit better, and try to see if it's possible to take the next step.
Pretty good GM became unemployed up in Portland tonight. What do you think of him?
I don't worry about that. I don't own the team, so I'm not going to hire the GM. So that would be something that you'd have to talk to Robert about, or Rick Welch about. They're going to be the ones that's involved in that. I've got enough problems trying to coach the team and trying to see if we can make the next step. So I don't worry about that side of it too much.
How big a voice do you anticipate having when you and Robert sit down next with Larry before he becomes
Well, I don't think I need to have a voice. I mean, obviously I'll be there and answer any questions, but I think right now Amari knows how I feel about him. He knows how the city feels about him. He knows how the franchise feels about him, and it's just a matter of seeing if we can put something together so he can be here.
When are you scheduled to talk with him again?
Next week.
You had said during the playoffs that you expected him already to opt out. You still anticipate that?
Yeah, no, I don't think that's not a surprise to anyone, and I don't. I think everyone's reading into the fact that if he did that, he's not going to be here, and I don't think that's the case. I just think it would be something that anyone in this position would do. Dwayne Wade opted out, so it's just kind of one of those things that you kind of expect, and we'll see what happens. And I hope saying Dwayne Wade is not. I'm not insinuating anything. Okay? So let's get that straight. All right.